All right, Tracy, let's talk about our featured community this week, which you and I were
And
talking about it, and I just said, you know what, let's do the North Valley because the North Valley is the heart, if you will, kind of the Albuquerque area. And you know, we hear the term a lot. And so when somebody says North Valley, Tracy, what exactly is the North Valley?
so the North Valley, technically in our multiple listing service, but what we really know it to be too is everything from the river to I-25
Mm-hmm.
north of I-40 all the way up, past tramway where it becomes Sandia
Yeah.
reservation.
Yeah.
So everything between I-25, the river, down
Yeah.
to I-40.
Yeah.
So we're thinking about the East Valley, not the West River Valley, because there is some valley on the west side of the
Of
river
course.
between Coors and the river as well. But we're talking about the North Valley. So the North Valley encompasses Los Ranchos, right?
Yeah. So
Los Ranchos stay Albuquerque,
Yep.
right? They're their own village within
Yes.
Albuquerque.
Yeah. Well, not within Albuquerque, but within the greater Albuquerque area. But yes, I
But
mean,
it's its own municipality
absolutely. And
right
the
in
thing
the
that
valley.
the thing that's interesting when we say North Valley, a lot of times people will say, "Well, you mean Los Ranchos?" Well, yeah, Los Ranchos is part of it, but the what we kind of broadly call the North Valley encompasses some parts of Albuquerque proper, right? Albuquerque city limits, but also unincorporated Bernalillo County is a
Right.
good portion of the North Valley as well. So
Exactly.
there's really three municipalities that kind of overlap throughout the North Valley for
Right,
sure.
right. And so when people are building in
Yeah.
the North Valley, it could be one of three different municipalities or
Yeah.
a combination thereof, because sometimes you need county and city or village or,
So
different implications.
so Tracy, what type of homes are you going to find in the North Valley?
Wow, such a big mix, right, Tego?
Yeah.
We know that when people think of the North Valley, they think of the big estates on lots of grass and horses and livestock and things. But I mean, there's all sorts of neighborhoods that are either subdivided, like Thomas Village, Rio Grande Compound, El Caballero Norte. Well, El Caballero Norte allows horses. El Caballero itself does not. But Tinnen Farms is there, but there's lots of neighborhoods like Griegos, 12th Street that are just like Northeast Heights, only they happen to be in the North Valley, right?
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
we do know, though, is there are a lot of high-priced estate properties in the North Valley that tend to have an acre or more, which brings up the average price in the North Valley.
Yeah, so the thing that we find if we look at just the statistics, North Valley average price when we're recording this right now is $370,000. Average in the entire metro is $320,000 right now. Again, at the time of this recording, and so it's generally higher. One of the things that I found interesting when I was pulling the statistics together, Tracy, is the North Valley, or certain areas of the North Valley, holds a distinction of having the highest priced home sale, or actually a couple of the highest priced home sales in the greater Albuquerque area ever in history.
Wow.
And so, some of them are the big estate. So the one that's the highest price sale ever is the big estate that's up across from El Pinto on North 4th. The reason that one was so expensive was it also included 13 acres of the North Valley, which
Right.
really helped
So
with the price.
luxury estate properties can definitely be found in the valley, and they tend to be lush, lots of trees, perhaps equestrian or other type of livestock and animals. Right?
So the interesting thing is, though, I said the average price is $370,000 more or less. We've had a couple $3 million sales in the North Valley. However, there's homes that have sold for under $150,000 in the North Valley
Right.
of Albuquerque
Right.
this year. So it is a broad range. It is really I kind of call it the heart. I mean, obviously it's north of Old Town where, really Albuquerque started. However, there are some very old properties in the North Valley that have been here a very, very long time. And,
Right. Well, we have the acequias, the irrigation
Yes.
ditches that flow through lots of parts of the North Valley. And so original farmland, right,
yes,
went up the river. Some of the notable things in the North Valley, of course, we have El Pinto Restaurant, which is a staple this week with Balloon Fiesta. I can only imagine how busy they've been.
Yep.
Because all those out-of-area people are in town getting their chili fix right now. We've been staying away from the New Mexican restaurants this week, right?
Yes.
Because we figure they're very busy. Also, the whole 4th Street corridor, 2nd Street corridor. Some of our favorite things, though, Rio Grande, just driving Rio Grande, going out for a Sunday drive and following the Rio Grande all the way up to Alameda and seeing the bigger estates and just feeling that feel of that low speed limit and just the relaxing nature of driving through the valley.
So there's a property that I've had a reason to go to a few times on Guadalupe Trail in the North Valley. And I thought, gosh, if I just want to take a chill out, is just go drive Guadalupe Trail for a little bit. And it's slows you down a little bit. It's not quite as frantic, and it's a nice part. So anyway, so that's, anything else you want to share?
The Indian Pueblo Cultural Center is also a part of the North Valley. And, that's a great place if you haven't been there to see, the 18 Pueblos. Is it 18 New Mexico Pueblos, and just kind of what each one is all about, as well as the restaurant there. So I could go on and on about the North Valley.
Clearly.
Because it's kind of my neck of the woods. So.
Yeah. So North Valley, it's an interesting part. People should check it out. If you've got any questions or, really want to dig into the area, give us a shout.